Yeah, okay, yeah, we're back from our break.
Mm.
Oh yes, see, the metro does deliver gems, but you have to look at it. You can't, don't take information from the metro, but it does deliver gems. And in
Okay.
Friday the 18th of October, which was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday's edition of the metro.
Yeah.
There was in a little corner on page 8, in the top right corner, just a little part of the newspaper. There was a little. There was what can I call it? It's not even an article, just a couple of paragraphs.
Yeah.
The Daily Tipple is worse than night on the source. So yeah, according to somebody in Korea, drinking 1 glass of wine a day, I think it's a professor or a doctor.
Yeah.
Drinking 1 glass of wine a day could be worse for the heart than occasional boozy binges, according to this new study by Dr. Jong Il Choi of Korea University College of Medicine. So yeah, previously, I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were told 1 glass of wine a night is very good. Well, not very good for you, but is
But that's the
beneficial.
thing. Yeah, that's not even surprising because when I was even that 1 glass of wine thing doesn't even make any sense.
Yes, I do.
How does that? How does that make any sense? We know that alcohol is an actual toxin to
It's
the
a
human
poison,
body,
yeah.
which is why you feel drunk. Like it's your body, it's the reaction of your body, like trying to get rid of the alcohol or digest it or whatever. So how is drinking that daily meant to be good? I don't understand. It's not even like your body's got any time to recover.
So
Like
do you think that was just the wine lobby?
yeah, honestly, I was about to say the same thing. Listen, these man lobbied it, man. They lobbied it. They got
it's
someone
mad
to push a report.
When you go to these dinner parties, these guys have got wine, but you get through 8 bottles of wine.
Yep.
Time.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, like we literally just drank all that wine. And what, do you think it was because of that old study that because that's crazy. Back then we were an expert. Again, I used speech marks for this. An expert
It's experts, them.
told us that alcohol or a glass of wine a night was good for us. And now we've got another expert telling us the opposite. To be fair, he's not necessarily telling us the opposite. What he's saying is that drinking 1 glass a night is worse than having an occasional binge. Occasional boozy binge. But what's an occasional boozy binge?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, we're talking, once every couple of days, once a week, once a month.
Each week? Okay, so the risk of... Let's continue the paragraph. The risk of atrial fibrillation linked to strokes was found to increase by 8% for every tipple down each week. Daily drinkers were most at risk, while no clear link with binging now and again was discovered. What's now and again?
Yeah, okay, it's a bit of Boris talking, a bit of waffle.
Quite vague.
Opening up that second IHOP. No, but I think intuitively, I would have thought that the more and prolonged you drink alcohol, the worse for you. I just don't see at any point
how it could be beneficial for you.
Yeah, how it could just suddenly flip and become beneficial.
Yeah.
Like, if you're looking at it from a one-off, I can't see how a one-off, unless you're telling me a one-off glass of wine is good for you. Because I can't see how you can start on the basis of wine's got alcohol and alcohol isn't good for you. So maybe a one-off glass of wine, in terms of health benefits, isn't good for you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that can flip from you do that every day and suddenly it's now good for you. That doesn't make any sense in my head. So that's why whenever they said, these people that lived long lives and they had a glass of wine, I don't know where that came from. I've never met this person. You've not named them.
I don't know anybody.
You've not named them. Like if they've done so well with this wine, like surely they should be named, innit? But I don't know who they are, and you're trying to tell me. Honestly, man, it's the wine lobbyists, man. They're trying to push that new wine.
I'm just thinking about how much wine they sell, and it's a lot. I mean, I've been to what's that place? Majestic Wines. I've been into Majestic Wines in Wanstead, and it's a strangely busy place. People are around them. They're buying.
I'm not even
they're buying
surprised,
their cases. They're buying it by the case.
No, rah.
People buy
I'm
it
not
by the
surprised though. That's wine is a very, like, loads of people drink wine. Man. Loads of people
I
drink
do
wine.
I do enjoy my red wine.
You find it everywhere. They even got the churches on the payroll.
Yeah.
There, but not even on the payroll. They
the
even
blood
got
of
churches.
the blood of Christ.
Exactly. Come through the blood of Christ. But listen, it's just these church lobbyists. I mean, these wine lobbyists. It's not even the wine that's got me feeling this way. It's the fucking rum that's got me mixing, man.
Yeah, listen, no, the rum is different. The rum, listen, a rum a day. I don't know.
Rum will give you superpowers, man. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. The Hennessy will give you superpowers as well. Don't worry about that. But nah, man. I think that whole drinking wine thing is bullshit. Personally, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you drink one glass of wine a day. I just don't see how you will not develop an alcohol related condition. I just don't see how.
Oh, that's it, folks. You heard it here. They lied to us initially when they told us that drinking wine is good for you. Yeah, it was a plain, bold-faced lie. People went with it, and now everyone's getting cancer and alcohol addiction and illness and just and now they're trying to reverse it. Like, it wasn't off. Listen, the lobbies are getting us. They're coming after us, people. Keep your eyes open. Watch what's being said. Listen. Ever since I've unplugged. So when I say unplugged, I mean I'm no longer on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, but I'm only on Instagram to chat. Like, there's certain people that I converse with on Instagram. I'm not on it to like pictures or anything like that. But yeah, I've unplugged from social media, and my life has changed. I'm not in the matrix. I'm sitting outside and I'm looking in. It's like a massive TV screen that I'm watching, and I'm starting to see mental illness is the new norm. I don't want to call it mental illness because it sounds like people.
I think I know. Let me let you finish.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of strange things going on where traditionally, and people like to talk negatively about traditions, like, we need to break tradition, we need to change, this needs to change, this and that, for the sake of change, and I don't really agree with that, to be honest. But a lot of people I don't think there's much wrong with being old fashioned in some senses. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of senses, people do need to lose their views and become a little bit free. I do see that, but with regards to especially the mass and heavy usage of social media, people are in this world. And you know what? It's another question to ask if it's real or not. If it's not real, because to some people it's real, to some people it's not real.
Yeah.
But in this, people are lost in here. People are really lost. People be on their phones. I see it all the time. Don't get me wrong. I use my phone to listen to music. I've got my headphones and I'm picking my songs when I'm on the train, when I'm on the bus, whatever. But I will see people that are fully in, like, for a whole bus journey, they will be on Instagram, pulling down the thing to refresh it. Like every 2 minutes, just there, flicking through, refresh, flicking through, refresh. Watch stories, refresh on Instagram. Like, this is what people are doing.
Yep.
So is that normal? I just want to ask: is that a normal thing? Is that how it's supposed to be?
That's becoming normal. Yeah, I guess so. That's like a new age thing with the whole. Everyone's all like digital and wants to be kept up to date with the TL and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Obviously, we speak on social media. Like we know. People. It's a snowball, man. That there's just a dark rabbit hole. It's a deep rabbit hole.
It's a very
right. People do take it too literally, and like you said, it could be like the Matrix kind of thing for them. So they'll see something on social media and take it as gospel, but really, social media is like a whole massive web, innit? And you're just looking at this tiny little dot of it. I think some people also forget about that, and really, that web can be added to by anyone and saying anything.
and just to add on that, there's a lot of cases where the people. We talk about clout quite often, but a lot of people with clout are just the loudest people. They're not, they're not necessarily educated on any point that they may be talking about. It's just they're loudest. Maybe their sense of humor is captured by a lot of people. So people, there's people that are being listened to out there who have no idea what they're talking about. Like, they actually have no idea. Like, they don't understand the topic that they're commenting on. Yet they're happy to comment on this topic.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have other people listen to what they're saying, and whether it's relevant, whether it's correct, that's not important. As long as my fans are here listening to what I'm saying, that's what it is, and that's a major theme throughout the whole of Twitter, Instagram, just social media.
But yeah, social media, you basically use your clout to justify your opinion. You can almost exchange clout points to get your opinion across. Because if you have clout, then people, well, you can say things like this, and you will rile people up. You'll get people like, yeah, this makes sense and stuff like that. And I guess for some people as well, that's like, well, I don't know how it is being like social media famous, but if you put like a a tweet or a picture out there and people are commenting on it, like there's a feel good factor to that as well. So obviously people are gonna, every now and again feel like they want to express their views on social media.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess
it's a wild place in my opinion. And you know what? A lot of people say I'm hating this and that. The only thing I can say to people is jump off Twitter, Instagram. Do you know what? Just jump off everything. Because I use YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm on YouTube quite often. I watch videos and stuff.
yeah,
like that.
YouTube is quite calm. Yeah.
But in terms of Twitter, Instagram, what else is there? Tumblr, all those things there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, people, just come off for 2 days. Just don't be in contact with 2 days, 2 days up to a week, any period like that, and see how your mind starts to change. Your opinions will now be based in reality, i.e., not necessarily what somebody says or another person's opinion, but from what you can see and from your experiences, which is what your opinion should be, really. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But for a lot of people, that kind of is their reality, sort of thing, and that's what they're used to. So going away for 2 days is long.
We're sleepwalking into totalitarianism, bro. One of my guys used that term. But yeah, listen, I totally see it.
Yeah, no, I hear
We
that.
are sleepwalking into totalitarianism because, like you say, no one really has a genuine opinion anymore. It's just a case of, I heard this person say that, and I heard that person say that.
Yeah, so yeah.
It must be this, and it must be that. And I don't know if you have time to discuss it, but that's my whole thing with the whole transgender debate. And me, like Piers Morgan, I don't have an issue with people being transgender. Like if you honestly feel like, listen, if you've gone through the effort and the pain and the work to say, yeah, I was a woman, I'm going to become a man, or I'm a man, I was a man, and I want to become a woman. If you've gone through that, listen, there's a level of respect there that I look at it like, boy, that's a mad thing to do. I will not be. It takes a lot for someone to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So on that level, I have a lot of respect. But there's, like, you know, when people start to say there's 100 genders, or you can identify as, listen, it's not even a joking matter. It's not.
Honestly, I think, like I said, man, gender should be scrapped. There's no need for it. There's no need. There's absolutely no need. Your sex is defined by your genetics, your biology. That can't be changed. You get stabbed or shot or in a car crash or, I don't know, anything, drowned. Your doctor needs to know, what sex you are. That would probably help him. I mean, I'm sure he could find out, like, if your body was there, but in advance to him seeing you, he needs to know what sex you are. That's the only thing that's important. He doesn't need to know if you identify as a crab or a fucking toaster or he doesn't care. He doesn't care what you identify as, or if you're gonna use he or she or that doesn't. That has no bearing whatsoever. And I don't see why people are getting so hung up of I want to be, accepted as this kind of gender. No one cares. Why should anybody care? Realistically, you talk about things like, gender equality and stuff like that. Why should anyone care what gender you are? If you want gender equality, surely it should just be banned. The whole idea of gender should be banned.
Just get rid of it.
Get rid of it. It's just a perception. And why do you need it?
I honestly, I sort of like, I like that. I do like that. I do. Listen, that is sense. That's sense. There's sense there. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, especially when all these people are now using, like, tugging on this string now, taking the mile from the inch that we've given them. No, it's long.
I'm a two-spirit person. What does that mean?
A two-spirit person.
There's people out here calling themselves two-spirit persons.
Two-spirit.
They identify as a two-spirit person, and it's crazy because these things, it's like someone's just plucked it out of thin air.
Honestly.
It's not grounded in anything. There's no, there's nothing. It's just someone said, yeah, one day. So imagine Piers Morgan is interviewing this don, and the guy says, yeah, there's 100 genders that people can identify as, and then but Piers says, no, listen, Piers says this is nonsense. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, alright, then if people are doing that, I want to identify as a penguin. And then, but then the guy goes on to say, no, you can't identify as a penguin because you're not a penguin. How does that even make sense? I can identify as a knife. And Piers can identify as a penguin, and somebody can identify as a robot or two-spirit person or whatever. Listen, cool, but don't come and argue, man, saying, okay, so someone can identify as that nonsense, but you can't come and identify as this nonsense. That's where does it come from? Where is it? Like, it's not grounded in any logic or anything. Like, someone just literally plucked it out there. That's what irritates me, because if there was some sort of backing to it where I could stand back and be like, do you know what? I can't really argue with that. Cool. But there's none of that. And it kind of goes to show that what we were talking before. Like, people are just sort of nose diving into this social media thing, and they're just taking another person's opinion for granted. They're not. Like, I don't feel like, especially like people that say they're educated, and people that call themselves logical, they're falling for this thing where they don't want. It's like they don't want to come across as a hater. They don't want to hate transgender people. But this doesn't mean me saying this. I don't hate transgender people. I don't hate anybody.
Yeah.
I really, really have no hate in my heart for anybody. Like, I don't like. There's no reason. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. So, but for me to say that having, that 100 gender thing, and why does it have to be 100 as well? Why has it got to be 100? Like, why?
Well, to be honest, if it was 99, yeah, I'm sure someone would be like, fuck it. Let's add one more.
Let's round it off.
And then round it off.
I don't know, man. It is.
No, there doesn't need to be a single one, if I'm going to be honest with you. That doesn't. I don't know why we've come to the point where you guys feel you want to identify as that. Okay, cool. Identify as whatever the fuck you want. Just that doesn't have any bearing on anyone else, and it shouldn't have any bearing on anyone else. And the fact that, you're getting people on TV talking about it, I'm just like, surely everyone here at this point in time can have something better to do with their day than to talk about who is being identified as what and why. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't really make, again, any real sort of sense. So
do you know why? Do you know why it doesn't make any sense to you? Because it's nonsense.
It is nonsense, and as Piers Morgan said, it's nonsense, and I kind of I empathize with his point. Obviously, it's Piers Morgan, and he's gonna take the piss, and he's gonna be like bare obnoxious about it and stuff. But
yeah, he does get like that sometimes.
But he's at the end of the day, he's got a point. He's got a point, and I don't really feel sorry for people that feel oppressed, because it's not that fucking deep.
A lot of these ideas don't stand up to scrutiny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't.
It just doesn't. So,
and it falls back to one sort of stupid subjective argument of, oh no, it's because of how they feel, or how you don't know the mind. And shut up, man. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Like, honestly, you are sort of born a certain way. You're male or female. I think the reason behind you wanting to be one gender or another is not a spiritual thing, but it's just because of your environment. If you were raised by a pack of wolves, you wouldn't suddenly be like, do you know what, I'm trying to hear the other gender. I don't see that happening. But obviously, because of the environment you're in, maybe you were in a more male-dominated or female-dominated environment that had an effect on your bearing on yourself. That's all a mental thing, and that's due to your environment, not due to, you're born sort of that way, because you're born experiencing the things around you. The only thing that I will say maybe you're born with is your sexuality.
Yeah.
At the same time, maybe, I don't know, that can change and those goalposts shift. But you identifying as nah, man, like that's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. You just have too much time to deep these artificial problems. I'm gonna say artificial problems because they're all made in your head. It's not a real problem. It's all a sort of like you said, one that's just conjured up in your head.
I feel like, you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No.
I feel like
go
a
on.
lot of these things come about because we're not, we don't get drafted to the army. There's no war. We're too safe. So people have time.
Don't get
People
drafted
have
to
time.
the
To,
army,
look, it's crazy, but people have time to sit around and delve into their thoughts. And you know what? Delving into your thoughts is dangerous. You're sitting with Satan. You're chatting with Satan when you delve into your thoughts like that, and you're thinking about everything that's going on in your head. This and that. I feel like this and I feel like that. Listen, people. When you have time to do that, you're gonna cause problems for yourself.
It's true.
At the end of the day, you're really gonna cause problems for yourself, and I guess that is the root of everything that's going on. But I want to ask, because this does go, like, it doesn't end here. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just end with
never ends here, man.
100 genders. What's the next step? Compelled speech. They're trying it in Canada. They tried it in Canada.
Wait, what? Compelled speech?
I.e., with the pronouns. Somebody says...
Oh, no, stop that.
Listen.
Stop
Somebody
that.
says, I want you to refer to me... I'm not Mrs. I want you to refer to me as X or Y or Z. And by law, you are required... By law... Imagine they're trying to write up laws to satisfy people's feelings, but yeah, by law, you are required to refer to call somebody by what they say you should call them by. That's the road that we're going down.
But why? Why?
Bro, I wish I knew. I wish I really knew what the cause of all of this. Right now, I couldn't tell you. I've heard people say some crazy things about this. Oh, the agenda's being pushed by gay men and women that hate men and stuff like that. Listen, I don't necessarily have any opinions on that. I feel like people have been affected in such a way where it's not. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with what they say, but listen, people are entitled to their view. People only know what they know. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you only know what you've seen. You only know what you've experienced. So if what you've experienced is that, and what you've seen and what you felt is that, then I'm not going to tell you that doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. But yeah, I don't know the cause. I don't know. I can't tell you what is called. What is. I can't tell you the force that's pushing all these agendas.
I think it's boredom, man. People got too much time. They got too much time.
How do you fix that?
Yeah, draft people to the army. I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I think these problems were not mad problems time ago. The only one that I'll give is like the sexuality thing, because obviously homosexuality has been a thing documented, like even in like church, in the context of the church for like time.
Oh yeah, that's
an
from the
issue. I'm
beginning.
not gonna say that people have been. It's not one of the ones where you've had so much time, you've deeped it. Like, it's just one of the ones where, I don't know, you're sitting in the old Roman courtyard, you look at man's piece, and all of a sudden you're just there thinking, what the fuck's going on? And then you're like, that's in a nutshell, that's obviously what's happened, and they've had to deal with it accordingly. But with transgenderism, it's like you've had time to really deep and be like, my man said I'm this, I want to be this person, and it's just like
they're trying to do it to children now as well.
Yeah, no, even all that stuff.
There's transgender children that are and this is another term, transitioning from male to female or man to what? Transitioning from male to female. Wait, so I don't. I'm gonna stop for now because
let's talk about like people evolving like Pokemon.
My head
just shifting from one thing to the next. Like, no, that's not how it happens.
We're gonna talk about this again. And do you know what? If anybody listening can put me in contact with a transgender person to discuss this thing, look, I'm more than happy to do it. This is what we need to do. We need discussion. We need debate, rather than pushing somebody to the wall.
It's true. This is a very one-sided opinion in this, but
it is like
true.
I'm saying. I'm happy to talk to, because like I said, I'm just me. From what I've seen, might not be what it is for the majority of people. It might just be me, in the closed bubble that I'm living in. But yeah, I'm happy to discuss this with people who have actually gone through these things and had these thoughts in their head. more than happy. So if you can put me in contact with somebody and someone who's willing to speak about it, listen.
Get them
They can-
on.
they can come
Get them
on.
on.
Get them on, man. I'm happy for that. I'm not afraid. If I'm wrong, I will tell you and I'll come up to admit, okay, I was wrong about this. But yeah.
Yo, so also I wanted to get on something. I forgot what her that girl's name is, but the one that played Jane the Virgin, because she be getting a whole load of smack.
Is she racist? Is she racist?
I'm gonna be like, is she racist?
I look at her face, innit? She's just like a Latino chick, yeah. So
I'm
she
so
probably
dead.
her name is Gina Rodriguez. I think it is Gina Rodriguez.
Yeah, Gina
Well,
Rodriguez.
Has she got a problem with black people?
No, not even.
What's her
she must have made this Instagram.
Oh, she pretty though.
Oh yeah, she's pretty still.
She would definitely get gone.
Yeah, correct. But fucking, she must have made this video.
Yeah.
Or like Snap or Instagram story, and she was singing along to one of the Fugees songs, and then she said the word nigger, and everyone was just losing their shit. And I think, it's one of them ones where, for me personally, it's not deep, but there's on one side, as a like celebrity or whatever, you should be like aware of this kind of stuff. Like, it's 2019, people are being got for everything. Listen, they will throw back to your 2011 tweets if they need to, bruv, and someone will be there, like, just lurking around, and he'll put up one old tweet.
It happens. And do you know what? Even if you deleted it, there are people out here that have saved it. When you put something on the internet, it doesn't, and you delete it. Just because you delete it off your profile doesn't mean it's gone off the internet.
Doesn't mean it's gone off the internet. It's there.
It's there. Somebody has been keeping an eye on you. Somebody been stalking you.
And people will throw it back. And the thing is, it doesn't matter when it happened. Nope. People get onto you.
Yep.
As soon as that screenshot gets released of that 2011 tweet that you deleted, people will be getting onto you. You'll be like, rah. But like, I just feel like she should have been smarter. Like,
me personally, when it comes to the N-word, I don't care. I mean, it's not like I'm not around people who are just out here ready saying it around me, just saying the word, just saying nigga. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not around people like that. But me personally, when somebody's out here trying to offend you with the word, because that's what it is. People try it and you know what? It works majority of the time. People can get got with that word. Like, it gets, for some reason, people really get into their feelings when somebody refers to them as the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, more than anything, that is the reason why people use the word. Like, why people that are not black use the word. And we can go into a debate about the historical context of the word and this and slavery and yada and all that nonsense. But
at the same time, but don't you think it's just been glamorized?
What, the word?
Yeah, because like you got guys like Lil Wayne saying it, like, yeah, nigga.
Exactly. So I think it's crazy for someone to say, okay, this word is only I can use this word because I can relate to the suffering. Really and truly, no, you weren't a slave. Like, none of us living now, were slaves, so we can't relate.
We actually can't.
We don't know what it feels like to not necessarily have any money, to be working.
Yeah,
and like to be.
We can relate to knowing people or relate to
forced
people
labor. And none of us know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Working for nothing, just there. That's what
separated
that's
from
your
your
day.
family,
You're separated from your children, your kids being beaten. Whatever happened them days, we can't say we know what. We can't say that we've suffered it. So for me, it's crazy when somebody immediately gets into their feelings about the N-word. It's, for me, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any logical sense. It is kind of crazy to me.
No, you've broken it down like that.
Yeah.
It actually, I hear what you mean. Because obviously, like, from like someone being a racist, like someone on the racist front, like if someone's being a racist to you, right, then that's getting in your feelings because of the situation, and they might say the N-word to trigger it, but it's more the racism thing. But when people have the affinity to someone calling them a nigger or using the N-word, like you said, I guess it doesn't really make sense because it was never really used against them like that. And then even in this day and age, someone calls you a nigger, it's not like that is the law that was enforced upon you. Someone calls you a nigger, you're just like, shut up, man.
Wow.
And you can tell them shut. You couldn't before
You
they
can-
couldn't tell them
yeah,
shut.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Even now, for somebody to hear it, to hear the word and get emotional, you are being like the person who's called you that word. They now control you. That person controls, like, you know what I'm saying. You are now a puppet. They can drag you here. They can drag you. Like you come out here. You give them arse whooping. You got charges on the record now. You've got issues. Like, it's not gonna. It never really ends well for the person who reacts emotionally. You know what I'm saying?
So why is it? Do you think that people are charged by this word? Like if someone calls you a nigga, and what's the whole big deal about the quote unquote like black card being able to say the word nigga?
The whole
Because
this whole card thing is nonsense to me, man. I don't believe in card, gay card, black card, this card, that card. No. I don't believe in that personally. I don't feel like that's. I feel like if you live that way, it's like you're always looking. You're looking to be victimized. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for. Where's the next place? What train can I take to victimization? Where's the next place I can go to be victimized? You know what I'm saying? I feel like people live like that. That's the way you're going to be living, and I don't agree with that. I just feel I'm regardless of what you know of me, what you believe about me, and I don't see myself as a victim. That's a crazy stance, me personally, for me to take, to say I'm a victim. Like, why would I want to be a victim? You know what I'm saying? I'm not an aggressor. I'm not a victim. I feel like it's a victimization thing, innit? People want to take the stance of a victim, which is.
I hear that, but like
crazy
back to the whole Gina thing.
Oh yeah,
the only reason people are getting onto it is because she doesn't have.
Because she's not black.
Because she's not black. Obviously, any black person say that it's calm. Even people that are half black, Drake could have said that.
I'm sure Drake says that word a lot.
Well, yeah, he says it a lot. It's calm. Like a lot of people could say that and sort of get away with it. But then I guess the argument is it's because they've got black in them. They've got X percentage of black in them. And what's I guess what do you think of this whole, or what's your view on this whole? Like why do people have this whole idea that you need to have
black in you?
Yeah, and it's acceptable because realistically, you throw it back, people that were of mixed race descent didn't go through the same struggles as people that were of complete black descent.
Nope.
So then is it still fair to be like you can still use the
use
word
it,
in the same context? And can you as a mixed race person get angry if someone calls you a nigger?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't answer the question, bro. I have no idea because it's crazy to me that people get offended. Well, let me not say it's crazy because I can sort of understand why, but I don't think it's correct for people to be offended by it so much anyway. You know that I don't know, man. Listen, I don't know. I don't know why it's fine for somebody who's half black to say it, but somebody who's Mexican not to say it.
Yeah, because that's
or maybe I do know and I'm glossing over. I don't but right now in this conversation, I couldn't tell you. I can't give you a good answer. An answer that I'd be proud of. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because I remember on Twitter, people were making like comparisons, see like, yeah, because Cardi B says it as well, and like it's one of the ones, yeah, where. But I mean, I'm really looking at it. I think it's just, it's. I think black Twitter analyzes these things on a case by case basis. So there's no rule. No. It's a case by case basis, and if you're allowed, you get the pass.
Basically.
If you're not, you don't. And I think obviously Gina must have come through, submitted the application. She didn't get it returned, but she was like, I can bust it.
She was impatient.
And then she was impatient because even the way she said it in the video,
she didn't wait for the
you
confirmation.
could tell she wasn't too sure. She was like,
there was no confidence.
Maybe, there was no confidence.
Yeah.
If she said it with confidence, then maybe people wouldn't have picked up on it because she was a bit hesitant. People were like, is she actually allowed to be saying this? And so obviously people getting at her. But I think that was funny as well is her apology as well. And the people you don't want to piss off.
She apologized for it.
Yeah, but it was mad insincere, basically.
It's always insincere, man. When you force someone to apologize for something.
Well, yeah, exactly. Especially because of a social media thing, they're not gonna really. Because if they thought it was so bad, they probably wouldn't have done it in the first place.
This is what I'm saying. Like one thing I do have to say about it is, regardless of why people get angry or regardless of that, people that are not black that say the word nigger, I'm quite sure that a lot of these people are aware that a lot of people will respond negatively to them saying it. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's not going to be. It's not going to be a favorable response when you
Yeah.
use that word. So for you to use it is again, it's your
You've
problem.
accepted the risk.
You're
You've
that's
accepted
a
the
risk exactly. By you, it's a covert. It's a contract that's not really been out, but it's a covert
And then you've
contract
signed
that
the
you've signed by using the word, because I know these, especially in America, you are very, very aware, regardless of if you're around black people all the time, or because if you're not around, like, you just know somebody is gonna take it in the wrong way. And
Yep.
once you use the word, you cannot control how somebody's gonna respond to it. Like, I'm here to tell you, you can't control.
That's
it.
true.
Doesn't matter what happens to that person, but the response that you're going to receive from that,
You can't control it.
it cannot be.
Especially if you hit them with the harder. If you hit them with the harder, oh God help you.
Fists. There's all sorts of madness, man. All sorts of craziness is happening, bro. But yeah, that's the point. That's something that I can say. I can say with, you know.
No, that is true. Definitely, like, people are obviously gonna respond to it, but then it's a matter of what, you know, like you said, why do people respond to it? Is it because they feel they can? Has any of these people gone through a personal problem with the word used against them, or is it because they've been told you should react, or it's acceptable to react in a certain way that they feel that they need to react in this certain way, that like kind of when it happens?
Yeah.
And then if that's the case, why do people why do we use it so frequently and so like fluently, like all the
So
time?
you mean people like Gina?
Not like Gina. She's probably treading on eggshells when she's using
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah.
But like just your typical black person.
Why
Like,
why are they so ready to use it?
yeah, just all the time. Like you'll have people rhyming nigger in every bar
yeah.
of a verse. Every bar.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be, but like, why are we over glamorizing a word that we know? Okay, if that was kind of said to me or like something, then I'd feel the type of way. You're going out to tour. You have no problem. Imagine your lead song, your lead single, bangs out the word nigger, right? And obviously you're going on tour, and then you go to some weird posh area. I don't know, Oxford. Yeah, you're playing in Oxford. What? And then do you know them ones when you're going over the song and then the DJ cuts it out, and then the DJ cuts it out, yeah, so the crowd can sing. What's gonna happen? The crowd you come to is majoritively white, innit? They're just gonna go silent.
Yeah.
What would you do as an artist? Yeah, if that was you, would you want the crowd to sing along or to not, or just to fall silent?
I don't know, you know. Like, if I'm making a song, me personally, if I've made a song and I've written lyrics for this song, like, it's an artistic thing, innit? So I want it to be expressed the way I've written it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be expressed. I don't want to hide it. I don't want to hide words. I don't want to be doing that, man. I don't want to be censoring myself like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's. I'm just not trying to do that. So, I mean, I don't understand when you use it so freely. When you use a word so freely. In a lot of cases, like rappers and musicians,
Yeah,
when they use the word so freely, I don't know if like, regardless of the way they respond to whatever happens, I don't understand how they can get so offended with somebody else using it, regardless of what they look like. You know what I'm saying? Because do you think it could? This is confusing me. It could be a case of I have this word and you don't have this word, therefore. It's like they're trying to gain back some power, or you know what I'm saying. It's like it's like without this word, I'm nothing, but with this word, I'm everything. You know what I'm trying to say. Do people actually feel? Is that what people feel like with the word? Because I can't see any other reason for people to become.
like, I mean, I'm not sure if that's everyone, but I'm sure there's a population of people that definitely feel that way inclined.
I need somebody who gets offended by that word to come in and chat to me, because
I mean, if in 2019, like, people are dumb, people are ignorant. If you're still drawn out by that word, like, come on, man, like you can do better. You can level up, basically.
Listen, there's no need to get angry over that.
Obviously, what you need to do really is assess the actual person. Like, I feel that
that's I 100%. Go on, keep going. I agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
I feel that you need to be able to be have intellect enough to assess the person and know what their intentions behind the word are.
Yeah.
And if you can't tell that, then like, I don't know, man. Maybe you're just a bit lost. But I think holding your grudges onto the word itself is just, like you said, it's handing the power to the other person.
Exactly.
Because they're just gonna draw you out with this word, and they can draw you out with this word. Like, why do you want to be a person that can be drawn out on command with a word?
Literally, you are a puppet.
And on demand, he's like, John, let me draw him out now.
nigga.
And then, no, not yet. No. Hold your line. like, why give people this kind of power over you, sort of thing? But anyway, back to Gina.
Most people can't help it anyway.
But yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I guess it's because you're told you need to be this certain way, and when you put a whole sort of racial backdrop or and context behind it, like it makes people think, okay, because this is still happening, I still feel connected to the struggles the people before me went through with this word. But that's not really the case.
It doesn't exist, man.
It's not really the case.
It's happened, whatever.
The worst days, honestly, not saying they're not still bad days, but the worst days where that word was such a heavy hitter are gone, are past us. Yeah. Because really, I mean, I don't know what to say. What's going on in jails? I don't know. Like, that could be a whole different story, to be honest.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know in it, but at least I'd like to think the stuff that's happening in prison isn't a racial thing. Everyone's just getting it. So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think on that one I can get a bit of peace on that. But anyway, with Gina, because she was like obviously singing it to a song, and like you said, as an artist, you would want your artwork to be represented the way you wanted it to be.
Like, I set it out so that people could receive it. You know what I'm saying? I set it out like this so that people could receive it like this. Why would I censor it as an artist?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then does that, from your stance, is that not giving her a pass, but like, okay, it's calm? Because I think, actually, yeah.
I'm giving her a pass, but she must understand that there are people that are not going to. There are other people that are not going to give her a pass.
Yeah.
That's what I stand on, innit? Because I'm like, the way I'll put it is, I'm not the mad one, innit? Like, if you wrong me, if in life you do something to violate me, I can let it go. Because I'm not the mad one.
King of forgiveness.
I'm around people that people that snap. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And I'm not in control of them. I can't tell them what to do, what not to do. They're gonna do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with this. Like, me personally, if you're around me and you say it, cool. But I'm here to tell you, if you go into that crowd over there and you say it,
yeah, you might get rushed.
You're gonna end up with a lot of bruises, cuts and bruises. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you what it is.
Nah, 100%.
And that's really all I have to say about this.
And obviously, once things hit social media and then Black Twitter get onto it, yeah. If Black Twitter gets onto you, it's long.
These are the natural sensationalists. These guys sensationalize everything. So it will be peak for you. If once they catch onto it, you're done. You're essentially done out here.
If Black Twitter wants you cancelled, yeah, listen, it's long.
You're finished.
Black Twitter, that whole R. Kelly thing, Black Twitter, they killed him.
They destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it.
They killed him. Fam, they gave man a breakdown. Imagine, man like millionaire that's been finessing people for years. You made him break down. Half of these people that made him, he doesn't even know who they are.
He doesn't know.
He's out there, you people are killing me, man.
Listen, that's the lesson. Don't let Black Twitter get onto you, man. Just do your thing and avoid them. Like, while you can, avoid them. That's what I'm saying. It's her fault as well, because like, she knows what's gonna happen. She knew what was gonna happen.
It's true.
Whether she did it for the clout or the or the whatever, or she just felt like she wanted to do it, whatever reason she did it, listen, whatever's the response, she can't control it. And whether she did it just to raise her profile again, you know what I'm saying? That it's all cool, it's all good, but you must watch your back. That's what I'm gonna say. Watch your back, man.
Do you know what the
look
thing is?
After yourself.
When you watch the video as well, it's like. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
You haven't seen it? When you watch the video, it's like she sings along and she says the word nigga just a fraction of a second too late, yeah. And you can tell in her eyes that she kind of had a thought about whether she say it, and then she said it, and then it just looked so bad. I was just like, you should delete it. You should have looked at that again and just been like, listen, they'll get on to me, because that just focused the point on that even more.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's it. Oh.
That's just allowed the people to get onto her even more. Saying, oh,
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? And like Gina, baby. Oh man, dude, you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. But anyway,
she will learn from this, hopefully.
well, this is the thing, man. People, hopefully. Yeah, obviously the same thing happened. Remember with Bernardo Silva?
Oh, and the Mendy thing.
And the Mendy thing.
Man. Man alive.
I was just like, listen, bro, man. You listen, bro. You can't be, especially with the.
They're boys. You know the maddest thing about it? They're actually boys, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So that one, I'm not going to get involved with what these boys. I mean, I understand the fact it was posted on social media.
That's the only thing. That's the only issue.
That is an issue. Like I don't know why he did that. But
there was no need.
There was no need for that.
No
yeah,
need.
but you know what happens between boys really should stay between boys. And
yeah, and obviously it's not going to cause any rift in their friendship or anything.
Exactly.
But obviously, listen, you should know better. Like,
you
you can't be doing them kind of things. You cannot be doing them kind of things, especially as a footballer. You're so high profile, especially in the whole, saying like no to racism kind of thing. Like,
oh yeah, that's another one. I've been seeing that all over today. People have been talking about there's no room for racism. Whatever that means. There's no room for racism. Like you've got guys earning £200,000 a week out here telling me there's no room. Anyway, like yeah, that's another conversation for another day.
You're paying this guy peas to tell us something you already know. Listen, I want to be doing a job like that, man.
These guys they're extraordinarily privileged, and I feel like a lot of them don't understand. Anyway, I think we've run a good conversation here today. I just want to remind our listeners to like, subscribe. Obviously, like, if you're enjoying our content, like. If you don't like our ish, dislike, comment, share.
I will find you if you dislike the video. No, I'm joking. Dislike it. Let us know that you're pagan.
This is one
dislike it.
Hey man, this is one of the few places on the internet where you are free. You have the freedom to decide. So yeah, whatever you feel. If you enjoy it, share it with your people. Share it with people that you think that might enjoy it as well. Spread the word, spread the love.
Yeah, comment, feedback. We read all of that.
We need it.
I mean, I didn't say we need. I reread it, but yes, send it. Yeah, send it our way. Yeah, send it our way.
No. I'm gonna take note because it's important. It's important to like I say. I want to know if somebody can put me in, put me in contact with a transgender person and discuss that topic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that needs to happen too.
Yeah, but yeah, man. If you anything, please just if you enjoy what we're doing, push it out there. Support and yeah, help the cause.
Obviously.
Yeah. That's it,
But
man.
yeah, no, like you said, man, it's a good conversation today. We be back. We're causing menace out on these streets as normal.
That's it.
Stay tuned. No good.